very, very seldom that anybody has a heart attack with a cholesterol of 140. Now, the factors that influence your cholesterol are things that we should know about.
Because it plays a significant role in protecting cardiovascular health.
The easiest way to get your cholesterol down is to watch what you eat.
In today's video, we will hear from Dr. Ellsworth Wareham, one of the leading heart surgeons in the United States, who has performed over 12,000 surgeries and dedicated many years to studying the relationship between diet and cholesterol. He will reveal the worst foods that are destroying your heart. You will be surprised to learn that familiar dishes could be the cause of high cardiovascular risk. The final food may shock you. Let's explore these 5 types of foods to find out how to protect the heart health of you and your family starting today. The first food that Dr. Ellsworth Wareham recommends you reduce is milk.
Even the casein of the milk will raise your cholesterol.
The consumption of milk and dairy products has become an essential part of many people's diets. But studies on PubMed Central indicate that this habit raises cholesterol levels and increases the risk of cardiovascular disease. According to this research, those who consume more than 200 grams of milk daily have a higher risk of heart disease compared to those who limit their milk intake. The saturated fat in milk is a significant factor in increasing LDL cholesterol, considered the bad cholesterol, because it can lead to fat buildup in arteries, increasing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Therefore, to maintain heart health, considering a reduction in milk consumption may be an important step. Alternatives like almond milk, soy milk, or dairy-free products can provide necessary nutrients without raising cholesterol, thus reducing the risk of cardiovascular disease. The second food that Dr. Ellsworth Wareham wants to mention.
And one of the factors is the amount of saturated fat. And most animal fat is saturated, whereas the vegetable fat is unsaturated or monosaturated. So you have to avoid the animal fats.
Saturated fats are primarily found in animal products such as fatty meats, butter, whole milk, and certain types of cheese and cream. Scientific studies have shown that consuming too much saturated fat can increase levels of bad cholesterol, LDL, in the blood, leading to plaque buildup in the arteries, which causes atherosclerosis and raises the risk of cardiovascular diseases. As plaque accumulates, the arterial walls gradually narrow, impeding blood flow and increasing the risk of serious complications like heart attacks or strokes. To minimize this risk, nutrition experts recommend reducing saturated fats in the daily diet and replacing them with healthier sources of unsaturated fats, such as olive oil, sunflower oil, or canola oil. Unsaturated fats help reduce LDL cholesterol and maintain HDL cholesterol levels, which is known as good cholesterol, as it aids in removing LDL from artery walls. Instead of consuming excess red meat or whole milk products, you can opt for plant-based protein sources like beans, seeds, or tofu, which are low in saturated fat, cholesterol-free, and rich in fiber and vitamins beneficial for heart health. Maintaining a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains is an essential strategy to support cardiovascular health. Fruits and vegetables provide antioxidants that help protect blood vessels from the damaging effects of free radicals, while whole grains like brown rice, oats, and barley help keep blood sugar levels stable, reducing stress on the heart. According to reputable health organizations like the World Health Organization, WHO, and the American Heart Association, saturated fat should make up no more than 10% of daily calorie intake to reduce the risk of heart disease. For individuals on a 2,000-calorie diet, saturated fat intake should be limited to 20 grams or less. The third type of food that Dr. Ellsworth Wareham mentioned is foods that contain sugar.
High intake of sugar will affect your cholesterol. So if you can keep your cholesterol under 140, your chances of developing coronary disease are very small.
The consumption of high amounts of sugar, especially from sugary beverages like soda, industrial fruit juices, and bottled soft drinks, not only increases the risk of obesity, but also adversely affects cholesterol levels. People who consume large quantities of sugar often have higher levels of LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, while their HDL cholesterol, the good cholesterol, levels tend to be lower. This imbalance raises the risk of cardiovascular diseases, as plaques form in the arteries due to high LDL cholesterol, leading to blockages and reduced blood flow. Moreover, sugar stimulates increased synthesis of triglycerides in the blood and contributes to insulin resistance, two significant factors that elevate heart disease risk. When the body experiences insulin resistance, blood sugar levels rise, which in turn increases the risk of inflammation, damage to arterial walls, and leads to cardiovascular conditions such as atherosclerosis, hypertension, and even stroke. Triglycerides are a type of fat in the blood that, when elevated, can negatively impact cardiovascular health, worsening conditions, and increasing heart disease risk. Therefore, to maintain heart health and reduce the risk of heart disease, experts recommend that individuals reduce sugar intake in their daily diet. A simple yet effective solution is to replace sugary foods in beverages with more natural, lower sugar options. For example, instead of drinking soft drinks or bottled fruit juices, you could opt for plain water, unsweetened herbal tea, or fresh fruit juice. Additionally, limiting the consumption of hidden sugar foods like candies, sweetened yogurt, and processed snacks can also help effectively reduce sugar intake in your diet. The fourth food you need to pay attention to in your daily meals is salt.
There are a lot of people that take too much salt, and their food they think is flat unless they have a lot of salt in it.
Excessive salt consumption not only affects blood pressure, but can also increase cholesterol levels. A high salt diet raises LDL cholesterol and triglyceride levels in the blood, particularly as salt impacts liver function, the organ that regulates cholesterol levels in the body. When the body is subjected to high salt intake, it tends to retain more water, creating pressure on blood vessels. Over time, this can lead to the weakening of arteries and an increased risk of heart attacks. Therefore, reducing daily salt intake is not only a measure to help control blood pressure, but also a way to lower the risk of cardiovascular diseases associated with high cholesterol. Limiting salt in the diet and prioritizing natural, low-salt foods can contribute to protecting cardiovascular health and improving quality of life. According to WHO recommendations, individuals should not consume more than 5 g of salt per day to reduce the risk of hypertension and cardiovascular diseases. Instead of using salt, you can try adding spices like pepper, chili powder, garlic, and herbs to enhance the flavor of your dishes without affecting heart health. And the final food that the doctor wants to recommend to everyone is cooking oil, especially processed oils.
Now, I know you're a big fan of our mutual friend, Dr. Caldwell B. Esselstyn, and he recommends, especially for people with heart disease, not a drop of oil.
That's true.
Processed oils, often treated with hydrogenation to extend shelf life, contain high levels of trans fats, a type of fat that has been proven to be harmful to cardiovascular health. A study published in the European Heart Journal found that trans fats from processed oils can increase LDL cholesterol levels and decrease HDL levels, leading to fat accumulation in arteries and raising the risk of atherosclerosis, heart attacks, and strokes. Additionally, regular consumption of processed cooking oils can increase vascular inflammation and lead to oxidative stress, both of which contribute to a higher risk of heart disease. These oils are commonly used in fast food and processed foods and can be detrimental to cardiovascular health if consumed over the long term. To protect health, individuals should prioritize less processed oils that are rich in unsaturated fats, such as olive oil, canola oil, or sunflower oil. Reducing the intake of processed oils not only helps maintain healthy cholesterol levels, but also minimizes the risk of cardiovascular disease, ultimately improving long-term quality of life. Dr. Ellsworth Wareham not only emphasizes the importance of limiting foods that may increase the risk of cardiovascular disease, but he also encourages everyone to adopt a healthy vegetarian lifestyle and engage in regular exercise. This approach helps improve blood circulation, strengthens heart health, and promotes overall well-being, ultimately leading to a better quality of life. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. If you found the information helpful, Don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you won't miss future videos. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below and turn on the notification bell to get alerts whenever a new video is posted. Thanks again, and see you in the next videos.